Hello Cancer and welcome to your monthly tarot advice video for the month of April. I keep saying this in all the videos because I almost slip up every time and I almost say welcome to your monthly March advice video. It does not feel like it should be April already. It feels like it's gone way too quick. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and jump right in, and as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. We did have Temperance flying out as there. We're going to continue to shuffle and we will I'll give you a little look-see. Give you a little look-see, a little Temperance over here. But I always feel like Temperance comes out as a sign for balance, moderation. I know a fair few Cancers in my life that may be struggling with these things at the moment. I always want to say it's that energy of pouring back into your own cup, relaxing when you need to relax, working hard when you need to work, and knowing the difference between both. But we can always find out what that means as we go further. We're going to start with your current energy or the theme of the month, and we have the Nine of Wands and we have the Queen of Cups. My first instinct was I feel like your boundaries are hindering you more than helping you. I feel like the boundaries that you're setting, you're very closed off in your emotions. You're not open in your emotions, and I feel like this is similar to Gemini's reading that I just did, but it feels like you're not allowing people in to help that want to help. I'm getting that energy of I know everything. I've got it all figured out, okay? You guys don't need to worry about me. I've got it. And then behind closed doors, you're like struggling and stumbling, and it's you do need help, but you've played this cool, calm, got it all figured out persona for so long that you feel like you can't let those boundaries down. You can't let those walls down, because then people are gonna think, hang on a minute, you're the guy that's supposed to have it all figured out. How come you don't have it all figured out? Okay, I feel like that's finally the theme of the month, of like you realizing, okay, pretending to know everything, pretending to have it all figured out, pretending that emotions don't affect me does not work all the time. You finally figured it out. 222 on the timer here. Again, balance, moderation. It's okay to pretend sometimes, but other times when there are people that genuinely want to help, you know, why pretend when you know that you need the help as well? For your work, your career, purpose, or hobbies, we have the Hermit and we have Justice. Interesting. I feel like maybe your path of work is very isolating. I want to say again, you do need to, I feel like, bring a balance to it. It's hard if, again, you run your own business, you work from home. It's hard to, you're not going to have colleagues or co-workers. It's hard to find people sometimes to talk about your career with. But maybe you need to find something like a forum or a group. Even if they don't do the exact same thing as you, I feel like being a little less isolated, talking to people that work in also isolating careers and having that understanding. You get a lot figured out by yourself, but I feel like you can't get everything figured out by yourself. And again, you need to have that balance. And I think that's why Justice is here to say you do need that balance. For relationships and love, we have the Hierophant, the Five of Pentacles. Again, pretending to have it all figured out, pretending like you know everything. Who is that really benefiting here, Cancer? The Five of Pentacles is usually that card of like, yeah, it's okay to hold your hands up and say that you need help, that you don't know, that, you need some guidance, some advice. It's okay to admit these things. It's far better to admit when you're wrong, when you need help, than to keep stumbling in the dark and potentially keep making things worse. Again, the Hierophant, things don't have to be professional. Things don't have to be traditional. Things don't have to be done the right way, quote unquote. But just doing things the way that feel right to you. Again, the boundaries that you set for you and your own relationship are not going to look the same as everybody else, and the way that you help each other in your relationship, again, is not going to look the same as everybody else. But I feel like the major vibe for you right now I don't know what I want to say, just like stop kidding yourself, okay? Stop stumbling around in the dark. Like, let someone come in. I feel like there's someone knocking on the door like, I have a flashlight, I can help, and you're like, no, I got it, don't worry, I can figure it out, and you're just stumbling around in the dark. And I feel like this in many aspects of your life, and I feel like the parts that are working well, you're still clinging to, you're grasping at, and you're holding on to and trying to make work every possible way, but you're putting stress on them because you're overloading them. It's like the supports of your house are starting to fail, but you figured out, okay, well this support's still good and this support's still good, so I'm going to put everything on these two supports so that when the other two go, we still have these, and then but there's too much weight on these supports, so now they're starting to fail as well. I feel like, again, you're spreading yourself too thin in some way. Again, there needs to be this moderation or balance, whatever this is for you. We will clarify further. 555 on my timer, and when I say 555, a lot of people are like, yeah, change, I got it, change is coming, but if you see a lot of 555 from the universe and you're still like, okay, change is coming, and it's not coming, it's maybe because the universe is saying you're the one that needs to change for the change to happen. You know, you can't just keep being like, okay, the universe is bringing me change, sometimes you have to be the one to be the driver of change, if you will. So now we're on to your home and family life, and we have the Devil here. I am going to have to cover this card. We have the Devil and we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, the energy is like, the Devil feels like you're stuck here. It feels like you keep repeating maybe negative patterns, negative habits. And when you keep having the negative results, you get upset, and it's like, what did you expect? You know, you knew this would have a negative outcome, but you thought, okay, maybe if I just try it one last time, you know, I'll be better this time. It won't be the same. I'll be, you know, whatever this bad habit is for you, I feel like it's not working yet. You keep wanting to try again, and it's just failing, and then you get upset that it failed and it's not working how you want it to work. But it's never worked, whatever this is. Whatever this habit is, whatever this cycle that you keep repeating, I feel like you need to go back to the drawing board with this one and figure out, like, completely start from scratch. I feel like you're trying to build a habit here, but you keep hitting a similar roadblock every time, and you just think, okay, well, I'll make a new plan, and the plan doesn't account for this roadblock, and you encounter the roadblock again, and you're like, okay, this is not working out, this is really upsetting, but I'm just going to make a new plan because obviously the last 2 plans didn't work, so we will do it again. But again, you don't counter in for this roadblock, and you keep meeting this roadblock, and maybe it's not the exact same roadblock every time, maybe it's slightly different, but it still feels like you're not countering in for these roadblocks, and that is why these plans are failing. These habits aren't working for you. Your advice for the month is the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Going back into things that are working, I feel like whenever the 6 of Cups come out recently for a lot of people, and I kept saying things like, sometimes the best way to relax and decompress is to go back to, you know, the old things we used to do, like watching our favorite movies or listening to our favorite music, you know, going back to the things that really light up that nostalgia for me. Recently, I've been rewatching one of my favorite TV shows, and every time I watch it, I get so excited and I get so emotional because I love the characters so much, and like, it's honestly, it's been making my day so much better, and it's just a small little snippet. Like, I watch one episode every now and then, and it makes my day feel so much better, and it's a little thing that really does keep you going, and it is the little things like that. So maybe it's getting an old piece of home, maybe it's a drink, you know, that you don't drink anymore, or maybe it's a game that you used to play when you was a kid, maybe it's even just phoning an old friend. I feel like right now that is really going to be beneficial for you, Cancer. Because the 10 of Pentacles is here, I also do think this could do with family, like the legacy that you're wanting to build. I think it will help you get in touch with that, going back to your roots in some way or some form, I think is the advice here. You got to go back to your roots. And we also have Judgment on the bottom of the deck here, and it's so funny that both these cards come out, Judgment and Temperance, and they have red wings, red feathers, I don't remember the specific semblance of red feathers because I had to look into this because these were coming through in my reading, so maybe that is something that you might need to look into here, Cancer. But again, I think judgment is here just to say that you need to be making these judgment calls for yourself. Again, going back to square one when you need it, accepting help when you need it, but being able to make these calls for yourself, because no one's going to come and run and save you. You sometimes have to be the one to hold your hand up and be like, okay, I'm drowning, I need help. Or you need to be the one to be like, okay, this isn't working, I need to think of this differently, I need to tear it down and break it down and start again. Sometimes that's the energy, and I feel like you are the one that needs to be making these judgment calls for yourself. I feel like you keep, I don't know why I feel like you keep maybe looking for other people for advice, or looking outside for advice, but I feel like the energies, you need to go back in with yourself for advice, maybe journaling, meditation, yoga, whatever it is for you. I feel like you need to go inwards for advice rather than looking outwards. Look for the advice, look for the steps, the next steps within, and then if you need help, accept the help and ask for the help. We're going to go ahead and bring out our lovely, lovely kitten deck though, and we will see anything else that Cancer needs to know, please, Spirit. These bad habits, these negative cycles that you keep repeating, I think this is the energy of like, get these in check, everything else will slowly fall into check. What is that there? The Four of Pentacles. So I do think it is letting go of these things that really aren't working out for you, these habits that maybe worked at a different time in a different lifestyle, but they aren't working for you now, and letting go of them. Five of Pentacles. It again is, there is some way that you need help, and maybe it could be like, maybe dieting isn't working for you, so you need to work on a actual diet plan with a personal trainer that might help you. Or maybe it's like you actually can't, your journaling is no longer helping your brain, so maybe you do need to find someone for advice. I think that's where you'll find movement, is when you stop. Why is that energy like, stop looking for blame, stop looking for the faults, and just accept that it went wrong and fix it, or find someone that knows how to fix it. Stop trying to be like, oh my god, I messed it up, okay, I ruined it, it's ruined now. Okay, how do we start again? How do we fix it? How do we try again? I think that's very important for your energy this week. I feel like a lot of the readings that I've been doing so far have been about people needing to reassess their boundaries, or accept help, or get help, or realize that what they're doing is not necessarily working. And I feel like we sometimes as humans, we just want to keep trying and trying and trying, because we want things to work so bad, and we don't know how else to keep, you know, when you've gone through plan A, B, C, D, E, F, when you've gone through them all, you know, you just want it done, so you'll just keep trying, and it's like moving through mud, it's not working. One last card here. We have the Six of Swords, so you can move out of this. Again, I think it does come back to the Devil of recognizing these chains that you are in and releasing yourself from them, whatever they may be for you, Cancer. I know this was a very deep reading. I feel like a lot of them have been very deep recently. Very, very interesting, and as always, you know me, I'm nosy, I want to know. Let me know how it resonates in the comments down below. But that is all I have for your reading this week, Cancer. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and if you've watched this far, I truly appreciate you.